Introducing another toy to add to the collection, my new to me 2014 Husky FE501. She's only got 4,000 Ks on it, and a few basic accessories. It's got these hand guards, it's got force radiator guards. I think these plastic protectors over the forks, I don't know if they're stock, they might be an accessory. It's got a force bash plate, and it's got pro taper bars and some pillow block grips, and that's really about it. Other than that, she's pretty stock. Primarily I bought it to ride to work and back to save on fuel, but I'm also going to kit it out as a lightweight adventure bike, so I've got a few mods here to do today. I've had it for a few weeks and all I've really changed so far is the gearing, make it a bit nicer to ride on the highway. I went from a 13 tooth front cog to a 14 tooth, and it was a little bit too tall. I found that when I was riding off road in the tight stuff, I always had to be in first gear, so I dropped the 14 off, went back to the 13, and I went from a 50 on the back to a 48, which sort of ends up in the middle of those two. It's pretty good now. And the only other thing I've done is put a quad lock mount on there for my phone. Today we're going to be fitting this Safari 16 litre long range tank. Some new indicators from Stedi. I know they make good forward drive lights. I've got their light bar. But yeah, hopefully the motorbike lights are good. One of the stock rear indicators is sort of on the fritz. So these ones, they weren't that dear. I think they were maybe like 30 bucks a pair. And they're LED and they do that cool little sequential flash. So I don't know, more aesthetics than anything. And we're going to do new engine oil and oil filter because you've got to service these things like every 15 hours, I reckon. Righto, let's get into it. I'm a bit sad to be losing these Husqvarna radiator shrouds. They do look good with the designs on them. But the fuel range is just terrible. It's like the 9 litre race tank that's in the 450, so I'm only really getting like between 180 and 230 kilometres.
You're the plumber with the
One bolt holds it on when she's loose. And off she comes. How easy is that? Okay, she's definitely bigger. If I was smart, I would have ran the bike out of fuel before I did this, but why start now? Try and drain all this fuel out into that jerry can, fit all the bits and pieces of this tank onto the new tank, tip it back in. Comes with new little screws for that one. Throw out the other ones. There we go, all swapped over. Let's throw it on. Pop back in. Throw in a little bit of fuel that we had in the tank. Tank done, let's change out some indicators. Doesn't matter how many times you wash the bike, everything you take off is going to be covered in mud. All the indicators are done. These ones do look heaps better. Nice little tinted, sequential, stealthy looking ones. But I did forget that when you change your 4 indicators to LED, you need to change the flash or relay to an LED type, or fit diodes or a ballast, I think. You can't just get the flash or relay. So I can't test them out until then. So we'll come back for that one. Now we're going to do the oil and filter. First thing, take the battery off. magnetic drain plug so you can see the build up on there, make sure there's no chunks, just a fine metal paste. And then there's 2 screens, that one and this big long one. So you just give them a bit of a wash out with some degreaser or a contact cleaner. Then put the new filter in, do it all in reverse, fill it up with oil, and away you go. It's funny, when I was doing the indicators, I dropped that tail tidy, and inside the embossing on the tail tidy it says Husqvarna, and then inside the oil filter says KTM. These are all effectively the same bike. Now we fill it up with fresh engine oil until it's halfway up that side glass. Not the easiest thing to see. That's it, halfway up that sight glass. There you go, you can see it on that angle. Now just give it a quick run, let the oil circulate around, check it again. And after that it's down just below the sight glass, so we'll top it up a little bit. Clean up my mess and throw the bash plate back on. That's all the mods and maintenance done for today. I do like the look of the Safari tank. Like, I thought I was going to miss those Husqvarna radiator shrouds, but I already like the look of it, and I'd say it'll grow on me. A few of us are going out for a ride, so I'll throw the GoPro on my helmet. I've got to set up a helmet mount yet, but I've got heaps of attachments here. I'll set that up and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning and take it for a strap. Righto, Sunday morning, time to ride. Let's go fuel up. Have a go at that, the tank's cracked. Back home in the shed again, and yeah, it looks like there's a tiny little pinhole or a crack like up on one of the sharp corners inside the radiator shroud bits of the tank. So look, my bet is damage during transit is probably the cause. Safari tanks, like, they've been around as long as I can remember. The amount of kilometers that have been put on these things with people I watch on YouTube is phenomenal, so I highly doubt it's an issue with the tank. I think it's damage in transit. You saw the way that I unboxed it before. It was just bubble wrapped up, not in a box or anything to like shroud it from damage, and it's getting shipped all the way up to North Queensland. So, oh yeah, worth mentioning, I didn't buy it direct through Safari. I bought it through like I think they're a reseller, so I don't know, take your own opinion of that. I'll contact them tomorrow and yeah, hopefully they sort me out. So stay tuned for that one. At the moment I'm going to crack a beer to make the sad go away. One-handed, a little bit tricky. But yeah, if you like this sort of content, let me know in the comments, consider subscribing, all that sort of stuff, you know what to do. I'll probably do a heap of content with this. I want to get some panniers on it, just small, soft ones to carry like a little tent and that sort of stuff, do some overnight camping trips. I've got an enduro screen come from the US from Barjo Works. What else? Gonna go to some different tires. Yeah, probably a heap of other stuff, just buy stuff that looks cool. Still a heap of content coming with the side-by-side, the toy hauler, fitting the canopy out, all sorts of stuff going on. I'm just sort of chopping and changes.
That you do.
I'm sort of chopping and changing, plugging my way through it. But yeah, that's it for another week. Better start pulling this tank off. See you in the next one.